Major league, all-important hidden truth number one. The only difference between you and you and you and each and every one of you and people you admire, envy, or maybe imitate financially is their mindset, perspective, and relationship with money. So repeat after me. Mindset, perspective, and relationship with money. If you're going to have a relationship, you're definitely going to have a relationship with money. You see, the difference between many of us and the rich, affluent, and wealthy is that the rich have a much more enlightened and expansive mindset. They have a broader perspective and an immeasurably more productive relationship with money. Now, I know some of us, probably all of us, have been in some bad relationships. And when you're in that relationship, do you want to be close to that person or as far as possible? As far as possible, right? It's radioactive. Well, the same is true with your money. If you have an unproductive relationship, a chaotic, counterintuitive relationship with your money, you're not going to hold on to it long. One thing you have to remember is money doesn't like to be lonely, and it doesn't like to fight. Now, how can you be more like them? The rich, the wealthy. By a show of hands, why don't you guys tell me how many believe that what you feel, as in what you feel you attract, is the most important aspect of your mindset with reference to your money game? How many people believe that? What you feel you attract. You probably heard these things. What about what you think you attract? How many people believe that? Okay, nice show of hands. What about what you love you attract? How many people are into love? Okay, well, as I tell my clients, you're not wrong. There's three answers in life: business and money. The wrong answer, the right answer, and the answer that's going to make you rich. The really right answer. So you're not wrong. You're right. But if you want to be really right, the most important and significant aspect of your mindset that I received from the rich is your belief system. Specifically, your money belief system. The hidden law of attractions dictates what you attract, you believe to be true. So you attract what you believe to be true. If you believe it's true, guess what you're going to do? You're going to attract it into your sphere. And God and the universe are going to conspire to bring prosperous, peaceful, and productive things to your front door. So that's the most important aspect of your money game. Other aspects of your money game you should consider. What do you believe? And we just talked about that, as in, what do you believe, why do you believe it, and what you're prepared to do about what you believe. What do you fear? Anybody fear success? Or maybe in the past feared success? I know I have. What about failure? What about rejection? Right? These are natural human responses. What about what do you love, hate, or maybe have passion for? That's also an aspect and aspects of your mindset and relationship with the money. You know, it's been said, men lie, women lie, but facts, figures, and results never lie. So let me share some facts with you. The average NBA basketball player makes about $6.4 million per year. Now, we're not talking about people like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and superstar Dr. George Frazier. We're talking about the people coming off the bench, right? Those people are starting. $6.4 million. Here's another fact. Over 70% of all NBA basketball players will be broke or file for bankruptcy, sometimes even before their relatively short careers end. You gotta think about that. You don't see the 50-year-old, 45-year-old, or even 40-year-old basketball players. So they're retiring and going broke and filing for bankruptcy most of the time before their 40s. I'm going to take a quick look at LeBron James, since we talked about him. LeBron James makes slightly over $33 million. And as you can see, 33.285709, 33 million in some change. But look at all the deductions out of his paycheck. 3 million in change for escrow from the previous year. 11 million in federal taxes, almost 12. City and state, $2.1 million, almost $1 million in other taxes. You got 401k, that's only $18,000. Look at that, $18,000 towards a retirement. I noticed a cap. And then shortfall, some additions. He ends up with $16.7 million, y'all, out of $33 million. So if he gets that kind of haircut, what do you think happens to most of us? Unless you know the secrets to pay the minimum legal tax, which I'll talk about in future speeches, you will be the same kind of situation, only your numbers probably start a little lower. Maybe except for Emmerich. Emmerich and Mike B. Roberts. Now, how can you be more wealthy and more like the wealthy? Well, here's the truth. People who know how usually end up working for or making less money than people who know why. So if you want to be the person with most of the money at the end of the transaction or at the end of the day, you better be the why guy. Say why guy. Why guy. Or for my ladies in the house, why gal. Say why gal, ladies. Why gal. Another hidden truth number 2, there are 2 different types of people, and it's essential that you understand these hidden truths. They are counterintuitive, they are non-traditional, they're non-conventional, and I got every one of them from significant interactions with the wealthy, affluent, and rich. So you're not going to find them on the internet. I had a young lady at one of our interviews and conference days that said, well, can't you find all this stuff on the internet? And once she identified herself, I said, you could, but you look awfully young, ma'am. But I don't think you'll survive the journey. It'll probably take 600, 700, 800 years to learn this. You cannot learn this without a coach, a guide, a mentor. Because it's like saying there's a needle in the haystack, only except they don't tell you it's a needle, and they don't tell you you can find it in a haystack. So what does that mean? You'll never find it. So there are 2 types of people, living people, and everybody looks like they're breathing today, thank God. So we're talking about you, humans. Humans can control assets, but should not possess them. Now, I know that's going to be controversial. I used to tell audience right from the beginning, just for theatrics, if you're managing your financial affairs as a human being, you'll never make it. You'll never make it if you're managing. And so I see some really curious looks. I see eyebrows going up. You see, humans were not designed to optimize their money game, because there's another type of people. They can own all the assets you can own. They're protected, privileged, and recognized under the Constitution of the United States and from each and everyone's home state. But there's other type of people we call legal people. And legal people include the group of artificial people. Estates, trusts, corporations, and LLCs are all considered legal people. Now, they can possess what you have. They can own homes. They can have cars titled, insured in their name. But here's where the rub is, where the fork in the road. Say, as it relates to money.
As it relates to money.
As it relates to money, these legal people, run circles around us. You are working too hard. This is why you don't have your results equal to your effort. You're smart enough. That's not the problem. You're working too hard. That's another problem. The problem is, if you don't know these strategies, these principles, these hidden truths, you'll never make it. We're going to skip through the money rule of 5 really quickly. I've covered it before, but it deserves some review. There's only 5 ways you can make money. 5 different ways. You can earn it, you can borrow it, you can save it, you can inherit it, or you can steal it. Earn, borrow, inherit, save, or steal. Obviously, we're not advocating the illicit means. Just don't do it, it's not worth it. So we're going to skip ahead because we break down each and every one of these, and if you want a slide from this presentation, you can just ask Larry Mitchell, he'll get it to you. But most people think savings is the way. How many people think savings by show of hands? It takes too long. My mother became a millionaire in her 70s. It takes too long. The rich use leverage. They borrow it, which is borrowing to invest. And so should you. We're going to skip. Okay, this is a nice slide. I know that has a great resemblance to me. It is not. I know you're looking close, ladies, but that's not me. So what are the odds of you creating wealth in your lifetime? And George is talking about, and we should all be talking about, intergenerational wealth. Well, you can't have intergenerational wealth if you don't have individual wealth first, right? You have to have it for yourself before you can give it to your kids. The only way most likely, say, only way most likely. The only way most likely to achieve wealth in your lifetime is owning a successful, profitable, and sustainable business and investments. That's the only way. Trust me, when I have a speech tomorrow, you'll hear and see the 7 personal types of wealth, and they all have a business or investments in common. Lastly, hidden truth number 3. The rich, wealthy, and affluent have two different types of businesses. Primary businesses and secondary businesses. And I know most of you have their business. Everybody have a business? How many people have business? Okay, hey, that's what I want to see. I want to see a few hands that didn't go up. Primary business is like every business you have. Secondary business are special purpose businesses that the rich use to run their life as a business. You can pay the minimum legal tax. If you haven't heard of that, then you're paying too much in tax. Okay? You can fund and finance your personal life in a manner you never dreamed possible. You want to see an example, an egregious example? Google Russian billionaire and Bruno Mars and hear about the $5 million birthday party Len Blavatnik gave for his daughter. And then you'll see that you are just at the tip of the iceberg. Going to skip through. So you need a coach, you need a guide, you need a mentor to get you through these things because they are not inherently in you, but can be brought to your attention. So to summarize, 3 things I gave tonight, the hidden secrets, 3 of them. The only difference between you and the wealthy elite is your mindset, perspective, and relationship with money. There are 2 different types of people on the planet, legal and living. And as it relates to money, legal people run circles around you. And finally, there are 2 different types of businesses, primary businesses and secondary businesses, which are special purpose businesses, which give you all the frills and advantages to write your entire lifestyle off. It's been my pleasure tonight to be with you. In conclusion, don't be a wolf who brings a fork to a gunfight, or at least don't go out with crafty shit if you don't know the menu. I'm Terrence Gadd.
All right, let's put our hands together one more time for Dr. Terrence Gadd. Do you realize that this is just the bonus day? Can we say bonus day?